far that where all the medical patients stuff is at. That's when they start pulling the information slowly but surely. And they usually do that over probably about a year's worth. But this is a long. And so from there, once they exfiltrate all the information, because then it's useless. You have to come back to the threat actor. Say decrypt this. That's from the
So you're saying ransomware. So okay. So you're saying they're removing. So it's not like they're making copies. They're removing it. So now the hospitalized doesn't have access. Okay.
So at that point, their hospitalized nothing, or it's completely encrypted, or the copy that they have is unusable. Right, and they pulled all of that. They have no memory of anything else. So what happens is the hospital or client will reach out to the threat actor and say, hey, can you help us out here? And they say, sure, no problem. I want $1 million. The $1 million that they arrive to is based upon the value of the patient information. So social security address and the person's name usually goes for about $1.75 to $3, depending on what type of information it is. So you times that by 40,000 people's information, it's the value of it.
Have you ever Googled your name? With one quick search, I can find all of your information on very sketchy websites. Your phone number, your old addresses. Want to know how scammers get your information? This is it. And that's why today's video is sponsored by Aura. There are companies called data brokers that take your personal information without asking and sell it to anyone, marketers, scammers, even stalkers. That's why your phone blows up with spam and weird texts. And if you want to get your information removed, they make it really hard on purpose. But Aura does this for you automatically, and they keep it on. Aura is not just for data removal. It helps me protect my whole digital life. They also give you a VPN to keep your internet private, a password manager to keep your login safe, antivirus software to stop hackers, data broker removal so companies stop selling your information, and $5 million in identity theft insurance. Aura, you'll see exactly where your information is being sold. I'm not leaving myself wide open. You shouldn't either. They try.
In the hospitals. So a lot of hospitals, they don't know. The FBI, love the FBI, love the Secret Service, work with them quite a bit. Right, yeah, they're not going to pay you. They're not going to go get your money back. They might do a foul on you. So what happens is they call to respond to Rico and say, hey man, can you go over here and talk to this threat actor? It depends who it is. Like, someone will put you in the double.
You're unscrupulous, to the max, right? Or you say, no, sometimes they'll pay you if you pay them. They really won't do anything.
Yeah.
I would think you might pay them, and then they might still go ahead and sell your information.
So both, right? So there are some threat actor groups, let's just say D and Liam. D and Liam is a Chinese organization, right? And I know it's a really odd name, right? But what they'll do is they'll say, hey, if you pay us $1 million, we will give you the decryption key. There's honor amongst deals, right? What happens is, one threat actor gets pissed off and says, hey, you didn't pay me my cut, right? Because each phase of the threat actor game, or each phase of the breach, you get paid.
This guy is such a weapon in this offense because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on.
So they're like, hey, dude, I didn't get paid, so there's a thing called double jeopardy, right? They'll say, well, I'm going to give you the encryption key, but only part of it. Or I'm going to encrypt on a certain amount, and now you got to pay more. And then when you decrypt it, I'm going to come right back and recrypt it again, and you got to pay me again. So there's this levels of honor amongst thieves, because there are, surprisingly, good threat actors, right? And then there are just ones that are just downright dirty. Like, they'll just do it. By the time you're already paid, or you're not going to pay, it's already for sale, and it's on the dark website.
I was going to say, it might work to their advantage to actually decrypt it and not resell the information, because that way they can always say, okay, listen, whatever, St. Michael's Hospital, where you can say, "Hey, listen, we'll pay." Well, how do we know you're going to keep your word? You go, well, call St. John's Hospital, and you can call such and such, AMC Casino. We did this to them last year. You can call. Here's the people's names. You can look them up. You can call them. They'll tell you. They've never had a problem since. If that's the case, then they might go right. They might make a couple calls and be like, "Yeah, damn, I'll give you the $500,000 or $1 million or whatever it is."
So on the scorecard, so the way we rate these individual threat acting gangs is what affiliate you're dealing with. They'll be like, hey, is being lean more than likely to, if we pay, what is the rate of probability that they'll honor it? And they're like, yeah, they're pretty good about it. You might come back in 6 months, and try to screw you up again. But this one over here versus, Mystic Snow Leopard or somebody else, or the Russian Studio School, right? Fancy here. They're on school. So they're like, yeah, we're going to take your hospital down, and we're going to take it down, we're going to sell it, all the data, and on top of that, we're going to cause more and more damage. We're going to come back, hit you, and that's where you have to delineate who you're dealing with, right? Because whenever you're dealing with a threat acting group or a ransom gang, remember, this is a $1 billion business too.
Right.
I have a theory about that.
Right. What?
I think I think the United States government created ransomware, and it's such a big industry now that it's too big to fail.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, so you mean that the United States government is involved in it themselves?
I think much like the CIA was a long time ago with some other stuff. I think this is from
or like the Chinese. The Chinese have like a whole wing that does this, don't they? And the North Koreans.
South Koreans are pretty good.
Right. Isn't that a portion of their, a large portion of their revenue are illegal businesses in other countries? And I mean, that's my understanding, is that they have like stores, and they sell products and stuff in different African countries, and different, where they actually bring their own citizens over there to work like stores and stuff to make money and to do things like sell with the Supernode.
Yeah.
It was Supernode. And I know that well, at least I know that crypto scams were part of their thing, because there was that big crypto.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. If you said it, I remember. They sold like, it was ridiculous. It was like $80 million in crypto or something. Was that the Chinese? That's the Chinese.
Yeah, they're really good about plans like, hey, my daughter's 18, right? First example, or whatever, and we want you to go work at this specific electronic medical company, and we want you to be there as much as you, and we'll make it so much you cannot leave, right? And then they start infiltrating IP and intellectual property, and then at that point they extort the company.
Right.
So the Chinese and North Koreans are more so aligned like that versus ideologically. I feel that's the Arab Brotherhood ransom gang. They're more ideologically based. Yeah.
I was thinking, I had heard, I don't know, it was either the Chinese or the North Koreans, where they were getting their citizen, or their, whatever, their agents or whatever, hired by American companies remotely, not realizing that they think this guy is in South Korea, or they think he's in Malaysia or somewhere like that, and they don't realize that he's a North Korean, and he's worked there for like 18 months or a year, and eventually he has total access to everything. And I'd seen something where they were talking to one of the, I think I read an article where the owner or the manager, the top managers, was like, this was the best employee.
Yeah.
He was amazing. Like they know everybody. They have nothing but good things to say about him.
They're punctual. They show up on time. Right. They do the damn job. Yeah. That's
so double dipping too.
Exactly. The remote work. There's so many remote work scenes going on right now, which I hate saying, but I thoroughly enjoy, because you see how well these guys have cultivated a pseudo personality. Like, even as a ransom negotiator ourselves, we have to have personalities. We have that developed for 11 years, right? So we have this fake persona. Like, hey, we are the same things for them, right? And the fact that they can get so far down the rabbit hole so far down servers, payroll systems, human resources. It's pretty exciting to see how well they do so early.
So what happens with the hospitals? I mean, with a hospital like this, you eventually just do they?
Sectors and rallies, $4 unbeatable meal deal is getting blown up.
Yeah, I tried to drive it back in the day. Yes, I.
Do you have an example of one of these cases, or?
Yeah. So I'll give you one. This was 2003, 2023. I was sitting there with my wife, and I was like, "Hey, honey, nice little Sunday, just hanging out, BS." And she's like, "Hey, let's get some coffee." No problem. And I get in the car, and she's like, "Hey, you got a phone call." It's this guy named Scott Otterbaugh. If you don't know who he is, I highly recommend. He's a former FBI field desk agent with the technology firms, Thatch. Right? Super nice guy. And then the funniest New York asks, "Hey, what are you doing? Where you at?" "Hey, what's going on, man?" He goes, "So I got a client for you. You need to talk to this." Yeah. Alright, so we're on the way to Nashville. I'm like, alright, let me take this call. So I get on the call, next thing this CEO is just yelling at me. He's like, "Get your ass down here right fucking now." I'm like, "Whoa, guy, who are you? What's going on?" He's like, "The whole hospital's down." I'm like, I've seen down hospital before, but not like down.
Like, not like non-functional.
Non-functional, right? That happened here in Jacksonville too, another one too. So it's alright, cool. Let me do this, man. He's like, "No, you don't understand. You get your ass down here, man." And I'm like, alright, so it's in the middle of Tennessee, in Nashville, so it's an hour and a half drive. It's alright. We wrap up my wife, love her to death. I'm like, "Hey, let's get some coffee, let's get some breakfast." We'll call my partner, I'm like, "Hey, still no steak." And usually they'll take 2 hours. Come back in 10 minutes. Alright, no stipulations, no red line, no nothing. Okay, we got a problem.
Right, these guys are terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, well, the wire transfer was saying, "I got cash." I'm like, whoa. Okay, so, these are $100,000 a week jobs. Right. Alright, no problem. So I call my bud, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm going to go down there right now. I'm going to see what's going on. Something's on the horizon." So I show up at the hospital. I remember looking. I've never seen a life insurance. Okay. Out the side, it's just working on this guy. He's like, "Hey, you're good." Who are you? I'm the IT guy. Okay, alright, well, I gotta see, but okay. So I go in, AC's not on. No electricity. So I go upstairs, conference room. There's this big
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill.
Rico, I'm like, I am that interesting before you. I'm like, who are you? Well, I'm the IT guy. Okay, alright, okay. So I go in, no electricity. This is really weird. So I go upstairs, conference room, and there's this big and he's just yelling. He's like, "You better get this shit on down." There's this service guy, and I think an FBI guy. And they're like, "This is Dave's deal, breakfast. It's Duncan's meal deal." I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you." And they're like, "Hey, what's up, Rico? What's going on?" I was like, "So what are we talking about?" The whole fucking hospital's on. I'm like, okay, I got it. But we need something to what? So in the process, we're working this deal, and the Secret Service guy and I were exchanging these symbols, IOCs, right? Indicators of competence. How compromise may have happened. And we see a specific user, like an admin user, which is like the guy who holds the keys. Right. And he's like, "Hey, this is passwords in the wild. It's open to lead. This is not good. Like the computer, the servers, everything, the firewalls completely open." Alright, so instead of logs, we can have on site, building the whole network, building different things, which is a lot. Bringing the hospital back to life. We get the threat actor on the outside. which means we were able to find out where they were within the systems, within the files and whatnot, and kick them out.
Right, kind of lock them out so they can't re-access, so they can't start undoing the corrections you're making.
Exactly.
Did they ever ask for any money?
Well, this is where it gets
Yeah, okay.
So they're like, hey man,
It's like, what's the fucking goal? Are you a bunch of kids?
you'll be surprised. There are little things called script kiddies where they just kind of screw around and see how far they can get, but those are amateurs. So the director was like, okay, cool, you must be the IR. Like, I don't say anything because you don't want to give out the card, right? So I said, alright, cool. And he said, cool, no problem. Then he starts calling the office. It's like, hey, you talk to the IR guy. So, oh. Guy gets on the phone, super, like, okay, what's going on? He's like, $1 million. And I said, well, how did you arrive at that? And at this point, we're in a negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting down, phones on, Secret Service there, CEO, CFO, and I put him on mute. And he's like, do we have any data? I was like, you guys have nothing. Like, it's gone, man. And the stuff you do have is completely useless. And he's like, how much will you take? You don't do this. Like, you don't want to do this. Secret Service can tell you do not do this. FBI is completely against this.
Paying?
Yeah, paying.
Oh, or I was going to say, we're negotiating.
Well, there's always negotiation, right? One of the things, there's ways of paying ways not to pay, right? So we get to the point where we're like, all right, well, we negotiate down about 3.5 hours of negotiation. Like, hey, fuck you, fuck me, whatever.
Right.
What do you want? What do you need to? It's like, it's like $100,000. Probably company credit card. I'm like, that's the way it works, man. So we have to get paid people. It's much like the money, right? So what you do is you get a wallet, and then you have a Romania-based wallet, Algeria, another one in Ukraine, and you transfer money because you never want to pay from directly because they're going to.
Okay.
So at this point, like, all right, so we're going to fund this. Yeah, and Secret Service like, don't do that because we're about to pay the whole fat nation, state. Right? Yeah, it's just not good. Your insurance.
I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. It's the better play there by the defense.
Did I tell you about like the unscrupulous? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they just show up again and they're like, we'll give you part of the key. Now we want the rest of the money. And at that point you're like, dude, come on.
We agreed to $100,000.
Yeah, and they're like, well, that's what you agreed to. This money. We're a different company.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
How much do you guys owe? $100,000. So we give them $100,000 for the other part. Cool. They only decrypt this. And now you gotta go back and like, all right, so these guys are just they're not working. How far can we go back to? Because you have 4,000 patients whose their data's now you have to do remedy around that. So
Which you have to notify everybody also that that's compromised? Okay. Which they don't want to do, that's embarrassing.
Oh, that's hugely embarrassing. Very costly. Because you have to provide threat monitoring to 4,000 people for 3 years. Yeah, so that's what, $35 a person per month. You do that, right? And then I hate saying this, I've been in the legal field and stuff. So it's completely useless. Like, we should notify them. So you start doing these things, the group itself is going to cost anywhere from like $1.5 million to $2 million just services. Then you have to pay the threat.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Manning. Quickly out to the tight end. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. off the play fake on first down to throw. He fires one deep over the middle. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense. You're late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Down.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense putting points on the board.
And I love what the secondary does here. You know the blitz is coming. You know the ball's going to come out quick. They react to it quickly, get the interception, and then Palmer, they know exactly what to do with it once they do.
No doubt. And I think the hit certainly affected some of the accuracy on the throw. Quarterback's got to do a better job getting that ball out sooner, but once the ball started to flutter a little bit, didn't go exactly where he wanted, the defense was opportunistic. And not just getting the pick, but having the convoy taking it to the house.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Finds his big tight end. He gets into the end zone to convert, and they'll
Hey,
tack on a couple
nothing
right
beats a
over
Jet 2 holiday. Yeah, I heard that meme on Instagram or any social media yet. Oh, well, stay from it. Ain't nothing on there but hoes and tricks. Oh, you like hoes? Then yeah, get on Instagram. I done knocked me a couple bitches off from Instagram.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Just enough time.
Shit, hidden boy, I've been grinding. I have my nigga. You know that, right? What I tell you that I was gonna do, I said I was gonna get me AJ Hawk. I was gonna buy that nigga AJ Hawk. Cause why? Cause him and Clay Matthews play for the Green Bay Packers. I said I was gonna buy that nigga and messed around and fuck around, pulled that nigga. I said that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So what up? It look like he moving.
Kansas State will kick off as we get things
Why?
started here in the third quarter.
But yeah, I've been grinding. Well, I did all of the things, so I got the plus speed on my what up with it?
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10.
The plus speed on my
Needed just a little more
Clay Matthews. I got the plus speed, the plus man, and all that stuff on Clay Matthews. I'm grinding, boy. I just spent like $200K on tax trying to pull some glitchy stuff. I ain't pulling nothing though. I was trying to pull that nigga Bam Bam Cam.
Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the
But that's
29-yard
right,
line.
Bam Bam Cam ain't in the store no more.
Looking to pass. It's Manning. Throwing right. And they won't make the connection. Looking to make a big play there.
Oh, he just misses on the big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make, but I'll tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it and you just trust your guy more than you trust the DB, but it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
Christopher, who you playing with?
He'll pull it on the read. Right off the spaces. Discards him with the stiff arm.
Okay.
Finally get to him. The one play there to
You remember?
This is an offense that can move the
You remember when my defense was a 78 overall? Crispy.
Great job by the quarterback, reading the
It's an
defense.
86
There's
overall
nobody there
now.
taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice
You said
elusiveness.
what?
Once he's out in the open field, he shows you
Yeah, 85 offense. I mean, my offense could be a way higher higher overall if there's some in there. It's in the I put it in the refrigerator. Yeah, some roti, but let me turn these fans off. It's cold as shit in here. But yeah. I could have a way higher offense if I didn't settle for, you know, spread. But you know how I am about spread. I was gonna do the grinding to get that 87 overall Warren Moon, but I said fuck it. I don't feel like buying like 6 extra alumni just to do that shit.
They were expecting pass, they took everything away and forced the incompletion.
So they're not comfortable with their field goal kicker from here, so the offense will go for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab, 1st down.
I had back when I had I had like 150K. I just spent on packs and didn't pull shit, but I was gonna buy the highest overall left guard for spread, which was an 85 overall, but they wanted 200K for that nigga. I said fuck no. Bitch, what the fuck I look like spending 200K on an 85 overall?
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later.
Invite where Nico? Invite Nico. Cause Nico, huh? Oh, I was texting him.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys.
Yeah, he on GTA. I was texting him.
But reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it. And you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
I love that play call. And quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Oh, I pulled the LTD AJ Hawk, and then I pulled Brian Dawkins. That's what I pulled. Oh, now I know you ain't talking. So I'ma have Brian Dawkins playing in the middle. Him and Clay Matthews will play on the middle. I'ma have AJ Hawk, Jaden Morgan, Jaheim Otis, and Braylon Chevy on the D line. Cause AJ Hawk stats nasty. I ain't know they was that nasty. That nigga can do everything from play in the middle or on the D-line. He got 85 speed, 84 block shed, 87 tackle, 85 pursuit, 85 zone, 87 acceleration, 87 finesse move, 85 power move, 85 change of direction.
Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And let me see, how much coin can I sell that nigga for? That ain't. I love pulling LTVs. But alright, let me see. But yeah, I'ma have Brian Dawkins playing in the middle. I heard he good in the middle, Brian Dawkins. Yeah, that's what I heard. Let me see. What's this nigga hit power? 86. Okay. Yeah. Something to smack some shit. I figured out how to lightweight stop niggas who be doing that trips shit, where they do the trips